the News Talk 860 KPAM studios, it's Terry Boyd's World. If it's happening in your world, it's happening in ours. Live and local. Call 503-225-0860 every weekday morning from 9 to noon. Now, Terry Boyd's World on News Talk 860 KPAM and KPAM.com.
You know what? Every Friday we get to catch up with Nicole DeCosta, our Get Out and Go gal. You can follow her at NicoleDeCosta.com. She's also a TV personality with Portland CW, and I have been waiting, and I'm not kidding you, since Monday. We happened to see some of the stuff you were posting on Facebook and everything that was going on, and I'm going, how crazy is that? I think it was at the end of last week that we were even talking about the Playboy Mansion, and lo and behold, there's little old Nicole DeCosta, sweet and innocent, there at the Playboy Mansion. How does that happen?
That is so funny, you guys. I know it was truly a trip. Here I am, little Catholic schoolgirl. I mean, but I've always been fascinated by that house. It's just stunningly beautiful, and all the stuff Hugh Hefner has done through the years. I mean, he's truly an American icon for many reasons, so I was so excited to go. Yeah, I do a lot of emceeing in Portland, as you guys know. So a gal that I met through doing a bunch of that stuff was a playmate in the 80s for Playboy, and she messaged me, a month or two ago and said, hey, there's a party coming up on Grammy night, and would you like to come? And I mean, it was like, that was kind of a no-brainer. I thought, well, yeah, how are we going to make this happen? So,
how come we never get those kind of invitations, man? I mean, we host a lot of stuff, but we don't know any playmates, and they don't send us invitations to Playboy Mansion.
Unacceptable.
Well, she's beautiful. You guys can look her up. Her name is Max, M-A-X, Wasa, W-A-S-A. She's just a beautiful girl, and it was just so nice. She went with her daughter, so it was kind of a cool, way to see the mansion, and I flew down with one of my friends, and so it was just truly a unique experience on, like, a bazillion levels. So,
all right, let's talk before you even talk about the celebs that you run into, because we have a question for you, right? Okay, so you're driving up, you go through the gates of the Playboy Mansion. Is it as awe-inspiring? Is it gigantic? Or is it sort of like, okay, it's not quite as big as I thought it was going to be?
So did you guys ever watch the TV show The Girls Next Door?
Yeah.
That was set at the Playboy Mansion. Okay, so I feel like, because I used to work in college, I've seen like every episode. I feel like I knew the lay of the land, so I knew right when that gate opened. So just picture this. I'm on the shuttle bus, because they picked us up at UCLA, which is just down the street. So you park in the parking garage at UCLA, get on the bus, you go up the hill, the gate opens to the Playboy Mansion. There's all sorts of people trying to sneak in at the gate. There's security. It was truly a trip, and it's dark outside. So you go around the first curve, and I tell the people on the bus, okay, you guys, to the right, you're going to see a sign that says Playmates at Play. Boom, the sign appeared. The whole bus was like, this is going to be a crazy party. So I felt like I kind of already knew the lay of the land. And then you round a second curve, it turns to the left, and then you start seeing the mansion, and you guys know that famous circular driveway with the fountain in the middle.
Right.
So right when the shuttle stops, I mean, it looks like a castle, like it's stone, and it's huge, and it's that, like, Tudor Gothic revival style. It's just a really, really big house. It feels like we pulled up to the Pittig Mansion or something. And right when I stepped off the shuttle, literally my first step, I'm walking next to Richard Branson, the billionaire. I was just like, is this happening?
That's pretty crazy. So
it was just like, don't waste any time. Just throw the celebs in right when you get off. Yeah.
To me, that's really interesting. I can't wait to hear what other celebs you ran into. But here's the question we want to know. So you walk through the front door of the Playboy Mansion, right? Is there a smell? And I really want to clarify this, because I have a theory. Because look, when I said this, Alicia immediately jumped to, does it smell like sweat and funk, right? That's not what I mean.
Right.
I mean, is it over perfumed because of the type of parties and things that go on? I would imagine that there are it almost has to be an overwhelming smell of perfume and cologne in that place.
Well, here's the deal. You guys will find this maybe interesting as well. For this particular party, because it wasn't a Playboy party, it was just held at the Playboy Mansion. This is a fundraiser for an LA organization. So they did not actually let us inside the house. However, we had free reign of the whole grounds. We could go to the game room. There was a little zoo area. There was tennis courts, the grotto. So we could not actually get in. So you'll see some of the Facebook photos I posted. I'm like looking through the windows. And I can see Crystal Hefner, which is his wife, her little dog, which is named Lady. And Lady was barking at me at the front door because I'm just snapping photos. I wanted to see that grand hallway with the big staircase.
Right.
Which is like the most, that's the most iconic part of the house. Of course, you get all his photos taken. So I was just kind of staring in there. But to answer your question, yes, I've heard it has a smell, but it's not a perfume smell. It's because they have like 15 dogs that live there.
Oh,
it's
that's a big letdown.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take either of the other two over the smell.
We got it in the 70s, and there's not been a ton of updates since the 70s, and so I think there's kind of an overwhelming, kind of like, I think animals live here type of smell. That's just what I've heard from reading online. So.
All right, we'll just go with that. All right, so what celebs did you run into?
So this is so cool. It was a fundraiser for City Gala, which is for, youth in LA becoming entrepreneurs. That's why Richard Branson was there. It was a great tie-in. But just picture this, you guys, okay? I'm going through a buffet line, right? I'm all excited. There's steak. It's going to be great. We want to get, eating out of the way so we can just mingle. So I'm standing by the pool, just get this huge bite of steak in my mouth, and Nick Lachey is standing right next to me. I was like, okay. This is embarrassing. Couldn't even grab my camera fast enough. That's why there's a blurry picture on Facebook. Right then, the owner of Paul Mitchell Hair Products, John Paul DeJoria, walks right by. Very famous. He's in every magazine.
I've met him before. He's a really interesting guy. His daughter is a very famous drag race racer and is married to Jesse James of what am I tapping on there? It was Orange County. No, that's
the chopper thing.
Yeah. Why can't I think of that?
You're talking about Jesse James, who used to be married to Sandra Bullock?
Yeah.
That's probably a better way to describe him.
Why can I not think of his shop anymore? Oh well, that's all right.
He's out of the spotlight. Yeah, so he's standing there. He's a good-looking, older man with his cool hairdo, and that was pretty cool. I turned to my left, Blake Lewis from American Idol, who was a contestant.
Right.
He's also getting a steak in line, and then went up to the bar area. So the cool thing about this party is, with your ticket purchase and whatnot, I mean, it's free reign. Food, drinks, whatever you want. There's VIP tables, just depending on what tier you are to be there. And I'm standing at the bar, and I see this guy that I recognize, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Jimmy Simpson, who is an actor on House of Cards and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So he and I are just chatting, and my friend's taking all these photos of us together because, I mean, I've always thought he was super cute. So it was absolutely a trip, and I absolutely had to go into the grotto, which you guys would too, right? Because we've heard about that for decades. And so I walk in the grotto thinking this is going to be really crowded. Maybe someone's going to be, doing God knows what, No one. It was just me in the grotto by myself.
Again, another big letdown.
Well, yeah, that's a complete. I'm just going to tell you, if I ever walk into the grotto, I'm there by myself. That's indicative of what my whole life is like.
That's kind of what I thought. And all it is, you guys. It's very cool, but it's just a little cave. It's just covered rock formation. The pool is just beautiful with waterfalls and everything, but just super humid. So you walk in and you feel like you walk into a sauna. And I'm looking around going, where's all the blonde girls? Where's the, and I was like, well, that was cool. But seeing the game room, which is separate from the house, was very cool. All the Playboy, pinball machines and the pool table, and there's Playboy magazines laying out. It was just it's kind of a trip because everything is from literally the 70s. So you'll notice in some of those pictures, you're like, that's kind of a dumpy-looking couch,
That's funny.
That's just, he kept it the same. Yeah, it was a great night.
All right, West Coast Choppers. It just popped back in my head. West Coast Choppers.
Yes.
Let's move on because I know normally I'd give you all the time in the world, but there's a big. I think we've talked to Tim Becker here in just a minute from Coin Local 6 News about the glass factories and all the contaminated soils. So I just want to make sure we don't eat up all of his time. Wizard World is in town this weekend as well.
Absolutely, at the Oregon Convention Center. It's going to be kind of the hub for anyone who likes cosplay, anime, comic books, comic book-inspired TV shows, games, etc. There's going to be lots of celebrities here, so you guys don't need to go to the Playboy Mansion. William Shatner's going to be there, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, people from The Walking Dead, Jennifer Morrison from Once Upon a Time. The list goes on and on. It's $80 for a 3-day pass. And WizardWorld.com has all the information. I'll be there all weekend with Portland CW. We're handing out prizes all weekend. But definitely, you don't need to go to LA to see celebrities this weekend. Outstanding list. And just a really fun week all around of West Coast activities. I just can't stop pinching myself.
Two things. One, Elvira, we talked to her earlier in the week. We're going to reshare that interview. What a fascinating person Cassandra Peterson is. Do you know she dated Elvis Presley and Tom Jones? And there is a very large rumor floating around about her that she addresses in this interview at 11:35 today on the show. It's you'll
what
have
a great tie-in.
yes, you're going to have to Google that to get all of the details on that story. And who would know? I see you on a whole nother pedestal now, Nicole DeCosta.
Oh, you're funny.
Right,
It was
Matt?
just really fun to dress up and just, get your hair, makeup done, go show up, walk the red carpet. I've never done an actual red carpet before, so it was just a really cool night in LA, and the weather was great, so no complaints.
Playboy Mansion cred. That's pretty crazy cool. That's very cool. Boy, I'm getting choked up thinking about it.
Playboy Mansion.
I just got a whiff of the Playboy Mansion is what ended up happening. All right, Nicole, have yourself a great weekend. Nicole DeCosta, you can follow her all week long at NicoleDeCosta.com.
Thanks, guys.
It's going to join